Good morning, folks. We are headed out on yet another adventure in our most favorite area to explore. Today, I am running solo. Well, almost solo. There's an orange Jeep following me, and I think you might like who's tagging along, or maybe I'm tagging along. We haven't decided who's the tagger, but I'm really excited for this because Chris and I with Venture4WD have been wanting to get together for a very long time to do a trip like this, and it's finally happened. So, very short notice, but here we go. Let's get out here, see what we can find. So we're driving along and came across these crazy looking little rock formations just out in the middle of nowhere, and they look very similar to the concretions that we saw when we were riding around with Epic Family, and I was curious to see if maybe there were some fossils that were pretty evident, but this seems to be some other sort of mineral. No fossils that I can see anyhow. See how it's almost the shape of a ball. You can see how each piece fit together. And from what I understand, during a dramatic flood event, all that organic material just gets balled up in a big mass, compressed under sediment, and it fossilizes, and you end up with a big round or cylindrical fossilized rock. And a lot of times there's going to be shells and small crustaceans in there, and then some of them are actually hollow and have crystals, and you can kind of see evidence of the crystals here in this one. It's kind of crazy looking. Look at this guy. It's so cool.
Spherical.
Yeah. Look at that.
Perfectly.
Almost like a ball. Beautiful day. If it wasn't for the wind, it's a little bit much, but maybe it'll calm down before bedtime tonight. But the good news is I don't have to deal with a flapping rooftop tent, right? How am I going to do that? I'll show you. Stay tuned. It's all part of my plan. Gotta keep you wanting a little more. Driving along, I just happened to glance over at this big beautiful boulder, and as is fairly common with this region of Utah, pretty cool petroglyphs. Unfortunately, there's been some more recent artists who have put their touch on it as well, but just take a second to appreciate the oldest artist.
This is good.
What is your story? That's what I want to know.
What do you think it is?
I wonder if it's not a granary.
I think it's an oubliette.
What's that?
A dungeon.
A dungeon?
It's just a big hole.
Just never ceases to amaze me where people lived. Not just lived, survived. I mean, this is pretty brutal country right here. And for thousands of years, people have been finding sustenance here. It's one of the things that just intrigues me about the desert, is the whole survival aspect. I like to put myself in their shoes and just consider what it would have been like. Wake up in the morning. What are we going to do today? We need food. Okay, that's all we're doing today? That's all we need to do. Sounds kind of nice. Especially if you get Mama Bear cooking for you. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have that this trip, but I do have some good food in mind. Better than those hot dogs last time. the great hunt for camp has begun. It's just one of those things, like you wonder what's around the corner, what's around the bend, maybe just a little bit longer, and then 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours later, you finally find the camp, or you settle for a camp because you've been going too long. And seeing as how I'm flying solo and Sarah's not here to roll her eyes, we're continuing on, trying to find the perfect camp. We got about another 3 miles or so on this little 2-track, hoping that maybe we can find a picturesque camp right on the river. That's what we're hoping for. This trail is fun. All day long this has been so much fun. These little ravines and stuff, fun little challenge. Now if you try to follow in these footsteps, and this goes to the patrons, I wouldn't bring a full size or a trailer on what we're in today. That's just my opinion. Actually, I would probably bring the turtle back, but you gotta have some pretty tight turn radiuses. Just an FYI. But man, Utah. Well, as you can tell, the sun is on its way, and we're still searching for the perfect camp, the epic camp, the camp that's just gonna satisfy all our needs and wishes and wants. It's going a little far. Anyhow, one more bend. What? That's so freaking cool. I think this might work.
I think so too.
Ah. Oh man. I mean, come on. In the middle of the Utah desert, a little oasis like this right here. And there's petroglyphs right over there. Alright, so you may or may not have noticed, there's no rooftop tent up there. There's no ground tent up there. Tonight is the first time I'm going to utilize the sleeping platform that we built into the 4Runner. It's been, what, 4 years? 3 years? Never done it before. I'm excited to try this. And camp is set up. I'm done. Like it was 5 minutes. I like that a lot. Show you what we're working with here. Got the thermarest self-inflating mattress. Got my good old Coleman sleeping bag. Got my extra emergency blankie and my camp pillow. Question is, will I fit? We'll find out. Stay tuned. Yeah,
And there my camp is deployed. About 30 minutes after yours, but
Much
I got a
quicker
late start.
still.
I was
I'm jealous. That is one heck of a setup. Wow. What is this? I think it's a fortress of some sort. It has 360 degrees of control over the area. Now, I don't know if it's Native American based. I don't know if maybe the settlers built it for defense, but around every corner, finding crazy stuff like this. I mean, seriously. What do you think, Chris? Utah, right?
Yeah, Utah. Every corner.
Around every bend. Something new. Man. Well, the wind is just howling on the other side of this ridge. So this worked out perfectly for tonight. Not gonna have too much wind to deal with, and it is time to go and crank up the camp chef and get dinner ready. Do you know what dinner is? I bet you can't guess what dinner is. That's right. Got me a nice ribeye, some mushrooms, some asparagus, although I didn't realize that the fridge was set to freeze on one side. So last night I froze not only, I just swallowed a bug. There's little gnats around here. I did not realize that one of them was set to freeze. So I froze my asparagus. So I don't know how good that's going to be. But I'm hungry, so it doesn't matter. We have steak. Mission accomplished. All right, let's get some food in us. What a steer. That's right. It's a little cooler in the middle. Almost there. Almost there. Oh yeah. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Might even got a little far. We'll saturate it in post though, it'll look perfect. Saturated. Alright, let's see how this tastes. It's incredible how some states, they have their features, but they're widespread. Like Colorado has its aspen forest and conifer forest, and once you kind of get in a region, you see that same style over and over. It's still beautiful.
Yeah.
New Mexico, it definitely has, you know, its variations as well, but you know, you're traveling a decent amount of time before you're seeing a change in that terrain.
Yeah.
Here,
yeah.
it's every 100 yards.
Over there, it's different. Over there, it's different.
Yeah.
You want trees? Just go up a little.
Exactly. And it's just one big erosion pit, which sounds boring. I mean, at its basest of understanding, but when you start seeing the way that these different minerals and rocks interact with each other, you know, you end up with these crazy hoodoos. You end up with, you know, the arches. You end up with so many wild formations. You got the greens and the oranges and the reds.
And it's also ornate too, especially that we're able to drive through it and see all these shapes, experience all those things.
And it's the crazy thing is it's not just one little isolated corner. You know, it's literally almost the whole state has that insane diversity. I've seen a lot of places, and this place got me. This got me. Well, this is different. This is the first time I've done this, so let's see how this is going to work. Just enough room. All right, this is not too bad. It's a little bit difficult getting in and out for my 6'3", 200-ish pound frame, but I think it's gonna work. I'll let you know in the morning how it goes. We'll see you. Stay curious. It's a weird phrase to end this with. Y'all take care.
Lifestyle Overland is supported by viewers like you. If you like following our adventures, then please join us on patreon.com/lifestyleoverland. Thank you, painters, for all your support. Until next time, stay curious.